It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Well, hello, Heather Dreger here, and I am so excited to be sharing my podcast of Smile. There's an oil for that. Thank you so much to Candace Gish, who has dedicated so much of her time with the beautiful Divas That Care. And thank you for the opportunity to share this podcast with so many people around the world. My guest today is Barbara Lynn Rempel. And I have known Barbara since, I think it's 2018. I was hosting events here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and it was called Your Holistic Earth. And it was an incredible time for me to meet and host and work with like-minded people who are focused on empowering themselves through complementary health. And Barbara was definitely the oil queen. And she brought oils to the meetings and shared her expertise and her wisdom, her experiences. And it took a little persistence. And I joined her doTERRA family in April of 2019. We are both so passionate about health and wellness, and we both have a focus on supporting people with their health journey. So thank you again, Barbara. And can you share with our audience your background, training, and successes in the field of health?
Well, thank you so much, Heather, for inviting me. I just love talking about this, and it's been many, many years I've been talking about this, and I'm never tired of talking about oils and health and how all of us can feel better in our lives. And I've been passionate about natural approaches to wellness since the early 80s, when I witnessed how quickly and effectively a cleansing routine and a change in diet shifted a friend's desperate health situation into a state of normalcy. And even I noticed improvements in my health when I adopted those practices, and I didn't think I was unhealthy. It wasn't until 20 years later, though, that I was able to follow my passion and become a certified holistic nutrition professional. That was through the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. Finally, I thought, I'll be an entrepreneur and I'll be working in a meaningful business where I can help people improve their health and do it with better food so that they in turn can live their best lives. And I was really fortunate. One of my first positions was as a director of cleansing routines at a renowned health retreat, where I repeatedly facilitated and observed really the metamorphosis of almost every client towards health and wellness, and in less than 2 weeks, and it was with food and lifestyle. So then I continued on from there with private consulting at a small clinic, and I co-wrote a book called Cleansing with Food. I wanted that book to give out to my clients because they kept asking, what do you eat? And I hoped that the book would expand my clientele.
So, wow, you are definitely passionate and have helped a lot of people, and you're even an author. And it was beautiful to see the impact in such a short time, even with just making those food and lifestyle changes. So when were you introduced to doTERRA in this story?
Well, it is a funny story. At the same time that I was diligently working on my book, a friend of mine, Joni, asked me to come to one of her essential oil classes. Every time she asked, I'd tell her, I've already tried essential oils. And she insisted, these are different. They really work. Well, after 4 years, can you imagine 4 years? she kept pestering me and inviting me. And so in April of 2012, I figured, okay, I'll buy a product, and then she'd be satisfied. And that was my start.
2012. So share your journey regarding making the decision to join doTERRA, and what was the deciding factor for you? It was 4 years. So what was that turning point for you?
Well, the bottom line decision was actually this. I had an incredible initial experience, and then one experience after another where the oils really worked. See, Joni pointed out to me, I have purple lips. She suggested I take a couple drops of frankincense. So I did. And within minutes, my lips turned pink. And I know. So with my knowledge of physiology, I knew that this was great support to maintain healthy circulation. Well, then one day I was baking. I happened to touch the hot element with my arm. And thankfully, I remembered to drop on lavender immediately, and I had instant relief. So then I started helping others use the oils. And Joni gave me a book so I could follow all these suggestions. Day and night, I was reading this book to find out all the ways I could help people. And I just had the most amazing feeling that whenever I would share the oils, and then people would come back to me and they would say, I'm so grateful you introduced me to doTERRA. My family and I would never want to be without them. And the more I learned about the oils and about doTERRA, and the more I helped more people, the more I loved doing doTERRA.
Yes, we're doing doTERRA.
Yeah. And then all of these anecdotal experiences were backed up with what I continued to learn about doTERRA, that they are science-based, that they develop their own high standards for essential oils, and that they also extend those high standards to every product they offer. Their commitment to purity and integrity on every level of their business was such an inspiration to me. I could enthusiastically advocate for the products, the company, and the impact that they have globally. Now, the magic came in my second year with doTERRA. I started that year with 50-some people in my team. And within 9 months, I couldn't believe, my team expanded to over 500 people from 50.
Wow.
I didn't even know most of the people.
That's duplication.
Absolutely. That's what I realized, that this was the result of my people sharing with their friends and family, and then with their friends and family, and so on. It's like that Breck commercial, right?
Yes, definitely.
And then the bonus, I realized I was doing something I absolutely loved, and I was being paid for it generously.
So many people, we work hard day to day, and there isn't the duplication. And so how quickly, right? Just simply sharing the experiences. And like I say, you were generously paid. So I understand you're a Canadian founder. Why did you pursue this career in doTERRA? I mean, Canadian founders, a big accomplishment. And that was many years ago. You didn't have the resources and there certainly wasn't the products here in Canada that there is now.
That's so right, Heather. At the time when I started, there were no documents. There was no marketing department to support us with all the wonderful things that we have now. But it was our enthusiasm. And I was able to achieve the title of Canadian founder in my second year with doTERRA. So that was end of 2013. It was because I was one of a group of about 20 people in Canada who reached a certain rank within those early days of Canadians purchasing doTERRA products. And it felt like it happened organically, like it was meant to be. And I know there's my enthusiasm, which I suppose comes across to you today.
Still, yes.
Yeah, I mean, certainly that's a component I just can't help myself to share. And the title was, and it still is, definitely an honor. And also, it was an incentive for me to continue doing what was becoming natural, to be a product of the product, to educate others, to appreciate creating their own healthy lifestyle with doTERRA. And I continue to feel that I'm doing exactly what I was meant to do. This is my purpose. Of course, making money along the way to totally replace what I was earning as an IT professional in my previous career, hey, that was added incentive.
Wow. You said about your purpose. There's so many people in this world that I've personally met, and they struggle with, what is my purpose? And I deep down in my heart know that doTERRA and health and wellness is my purpose, and to align myself with you who has the purpose as well, and we can work together and financially flourish and change and improve people's health. Really, that's the dream.
Yes. You see, this is a beautiful model. It is being in business for yourself, but you are not alone in business. And you are working with people who are very aligned. And as I was going to say at a later time, but I'll say it now, when we help others be successful in this business, we can't help but be successful ourselves. And that, again, just saying it gave me such a heartwarming feeling that it's another aspect of why I totally adore the business that we're doing.
So here we are, over 11 years later, and you're still enthusiastic to be sharing doTERRA. How are you still so motivated and inspired?
Well, I guess at my core, I am an educator. I'm definitely a health enthusiast. And I just can't stop myself from doing whatever I can to help others. When I feel I have a solution, I probably overshare, but I just feel if I'm not going to tell somebody how they could change if they want to, who's going to do it? So it's up to me. And plus, doTERRA remains, if not becomes more deeply entrenched in being a company of utmost integrity and joy. And they are so inspiring to every doTERRA leader and member. They continue to grow, and they draw all of us wellness advocates along with them. So they have expanding product offerings. There's continuous training. Their marketing department is just burgeoning with all kinds of ideas for us. They provide class materials. So I feel opportunities are as good right now, if not even better than when I started. And that is huge for, doTERRA expects to triple their business in the next couple of years.
Wow.
So that shows you they are confident in the opportunities that are there for everybody. And here was my little time, I was going to say my quote, that it's from Zig Ziglar, that you will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. And that doTERRA is they are the poster child of doing that for all of us to help others.
Absolutely. I've noticed significantly, just from April of 19 until now, and moving forward, I know how much more education and programs, and they're free. The training is free to educate and empower customers as well as the wellness advocates. So there's customer support with products, and there's wellness advocate support with product information and business as well. So can you share, sort of to summarize with our audience, what is truly the doTERRA difference?
I'd say the key is doTERRA bases everything on purity. They pursue purity. So their slogan, if you want to call it that, is we pursue purity through our purpose, our process, and our product. doTERRA guarantees incredible quality of every bottle of their doTERRA essential oils. And they do that in three ways. I'll just say it in a very precise way. Number one, it's through sustainability and sourcing. and I'll explain that. They do it as well through number 2, transparency and trust. And number 3, quality testing. So altogether, what it means is they try to source the best in a way that helps the most. They have what's called their co-impact sourcing program. And with this, doTERRA works directly with the growers, and the growers are in their home countries. They are people who love the plants, they love their land, they love to produce the best. And doTERRA is able to support them in a way that they are earning 5 to 10 times as much as they would have in their old ways of supplying that to a middleman. And this way, doTERRA can work directly with the grower, and the grower is being paid on time, immediately. doTERRA provides support to them. And so these growers love working with doTERRA. And with this, doTERRA is able to help those growers improve their products so that they are good products to start with high integrity. So when those plants come in, or those products come into doTERRA, then doTERRA makes sure, they tell us, we are not going to give you anything unless it is our top standard. See, when doTERRA started, there was no standard, and they had to create something new. And they decided to go with an uncompromising standard for essential oil quality. They call it CPTG, which stands for Certified Pure Tested Grade. And see, I know all the products that I represent to my customers and to my team, they are 100%, 110% really the top quality, because doTERRA will not even let us buy stuff if it's below their standard. And they do testing, incredible testing. There's third-party testing, and then they do in-house testing, and every batch must be tested. So I'm assured of the quality. So then, that just tells you what the products are like. On top of that, doTERRA has created many ways that doTERRA members can contribute to supporting and developing the markets where our essential oils are sourced. So one of those main ways is a program called Healing Hands. And this is where doTERRA's main goal is to help people help themselves. So they provide education for building schools for the developing countries and those areas where they're growing doTERRA products. They provide medical centers. They provide fresh water. Communities just can thrive and improve. And it's based on the communities themselves making decisions for themselves. And it's not that you're going to give a person a fish. You actually teach them how to fish so that they can do this themselves and perpetuate that for their community. So I'm trying to do it in a nutshell, but it's hard not to go on and on. They are doing such wonderful work.
Yes, I'm part of the new, it's now spring, Collective 25.
Yes.
And making a difference. We can donate $1 or whatever we like per month. But when you're a member of the Collective 25, you're donating $25 a month. And that gives you opportunities for co-impact sourcing trips. And yes, giving back through the Healing Hands Foundation is really one of the core foundations of the pulse and the culture of doTERRA.
Yes, that was going to be a final word, but you brought it up. So I have to say, what people notice is something intangible at first, but then they come to recognize doTERRA has a family feel to it. It's a culture of everybody supporting each other. And often there are cross-line leaders who will be supporting each other. So they're not benefiting financially. However, they find that they have programs that benefit each other, and there's so much sharing and support in doTERRA. It is just very heartwarming to be a part of this culture. And if you don't mind, I'm going to add on here that I love the idea that it's humanitarian, in fact, what doTERRA is doing. They are inspiring each of us to become humanitarian by participating. Maybe it's in contributing $1 in each order that we make towards the Healing Hands. And by the way, the Healing Hands, 100% of the administration costs are taken on by doTERRA. So when you contribute to it, 100% of your donations are going towards the benefits for the recipients.
And you can also purchase a rose lotion or a hope essential oil. So we actually get the benefits of making a donation as well, right? We get personal product, and 100% of that goes to the Healing Hand. So if someone is listening to this podcast and wondering if they should simply open their wholesale account, what are the benefits of membership and being part of the doTERRA family?
Well, there are many benefits to being a customer. And so here's how I like to tell you that there's a full lineup of doTERRA products which support a true wellness lifestyle. So as a customer, you can benefit by your health can become your priority. Of course, you probably want your loved ones to be healthy too, so you can share with them. And even our customers can benefit by sharing. They can earn dollars back by sharing products. And when you have your own account, doTERRA makes it optional that you can do something called a loyalty order. And this is totally optional. Like I said, you'll always have your wholesale pricing. But if you want to get further benefits and you're on a loyalty order, meaning that you are ordering on a monthly basis, then you have so many things like automatic delivery. You don't have to think about it. You just put your items in, decide what you want. It will come to you automatically. You can customize that order. It's not like you're going to have the same product over and over. And you can even change the date on which it's shipped to you in case you know you're going to be away, or maybe you want it sooner than usual. There's free shipping when your order is a certain size. You earn points back, up to 30%. You can earn points back on your purchases. And there's a free product of the month for those who run their orders early. And on top of all of that, every month there are new promos. Like right now, we just know that there's a BOGO coming up. And this is something that comes up about 3 times in the year. So these kinds of offers may not be every month, but there are specials and even promos that involve when you have a certain level of your order, you'll get special things free.
Those free gifts, the points, I am at the 30% and so love and appreciate the generosity of doTERRA with those free oils, because I'm experiencing oils that some of those gifts you can't order. And so there's little 5 mils of specialty ones. So it's a real treat to be able to have a white grapefruit or maybe a kumquat, and having those part of my oil selection.
Yes. And when you enroll with Heather, you join an entire doTERRA family with a wealth of resources. So that includes, yes, doTERRA is there with a lot of information for everybody, even if they feel they don't have support from their doTERRA family. But Heather and I really make sure that you'll be included in, Facebook. We have a group for our people, for our team. We have continuing education that we offer. We have live classes, Zoom classes. Heather is amazing at staying in touch with her team, so you never have to worry about feeling alone. Reach out to any of us at any time, and we really want to help you get the most.
Did we mention it's free to open an account?
Oh, I probably forgot that.
And this is thanks to 15 years of the company. And last spring, they announced that it would be free for the first year. And then after that, a free product with renewal. So the advantages of having access to wholesale, all of these bonuses, and it's just going shopping. Really, it's just finding a different way to shop and knowing that you've got the quality and the integrity and the culture of doTERRA.
That's right. It's all delivered to your door, and you can customize it, and you can attend some of our special challenges and classes and learn how to do your own detox, learn how to DIY if you prefer, improve the taste of your foods. There's just so many things we can help people with.
So thank you so much. And I have one surprise question for you. What's in your diffuser today?
Somehow I had an idea you might ask me that. And lately I am fixated on our new Shinrin Yoku. It is in my diffuser, in both my diffusers every day. And then I kind of mix it up with something different depending on how I feel. So today I really needed to add a couple of drops of Motivate.
Honesty, right? So Shinrin Yoku is forest bathing.
That's right.
So you're indoors and you feel like you're outdoors.
That's right.
The chemical constituents of these oils are so potent, they have the ability to change the frequency of our physical chemistry so that we have the benefits of being outdoors when we're actually indoors.
Yes. And you know very well, Heather, because you've done the advanced training for emotions, how nicely diffusing, one of the simplest things you can do, diffusing oils on a daily basis can really uplift your mood, can help calm when you need it, and just be one of the best influences for your healthy emotional status.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate your leadership of our doTERRA family and sharing your story today. And we will connect, I'm sure, on another podcast soon. You've got so much expertise to share. So thank you again. It was an honor to have you on the program.
Thank you for inviting me, Heather.
So this is Heather Dreger with Smile. There's an oil for that.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.